Good afternoon. I'm here with Monica Berry, and we're gonna do an interview, and we're gonna do a little few yoga techniques that she's gonna be teaching me. And as I always say, they're teaching me. I'm not teaching them. Okay. Do I need to sit like this? Okay. Don't forget it.
Okay, so the very first thing we're gonna do, because this is how I always start class, I always like people to start laying down flat first. So you can either keep your legs up, or you can lay flatly, if you like, whichever position is comfortable for you. So you can put your legs up, or you can leave them flat. So it's whatever is comfortable for you. And after you get here, just close your eyes. Really allow your body to melt into the floor. If you do have your legs up, you really want to try to get your back as flat on the floor as possible, really extending all the vertebrae in your back. Sometimes we kind of hunch over at work a lot or do a lot of bending and standing, and this really helps to just elongate the back. And then while you're here, you just really want to breathe. So you want to think of your stomach as a balloon, and you want to just, on the inhale, you want to just fill it up with a bunch of air, and on the exhale, you just want to blow all the air out until you flatten the balloon back out. So just breathe in slowly, just inhale, fill the balloon, and on the exhale, blow it all out. And one more, inhale all the way in, and exhaling, blow it all the way out. So I start class this way to really just give people an opportunity to relax, and sometimes our day is very busy and there's a whole lot of movement, and you don't get a lot of time to just take a moment and relax before you do the next thing. So before we really get into class, this just helps people to have a moment to focus on themselves, focus on their breathing, and just relax for a moment. So the next thing I'd like you to do is just leaving your legs where they are. If they're down or up, just take one leg and just hold it out, just extend it out. So you can just lift it and extend it out. So taking notice of your body and how it feels and where you are in this space. Make sure you're still breathing, filling the balloon up with air and releasing. And when you're ready, you can place it back, either up or down. And when you're ready, extending the other leg. So you want to strategically really try to keep everything else where it is, and it's just extending the leg out, really just kind of just stretching it out, bringing a little life into your body. And when you're ready, you may put it back where you got it from. And we're going to do the same thing with our arms. So when you're ready, just taking either arm, right or left, doesn't have to be uniform, just taking one arm, you want to take it over your head. So all the way back to the floor, yep, just straight back. So when you get here, you want to really make sure you allow your shoulder blade to relax down, so you give yourself a neckline, so your shoulders aren't like up by your ear. You really relax down through the shoulder. Really still breathing deeply in and exhaling out. And when you're ready, bringing that arm back down. And the same thing with the other arm, bringing it overhead. And when you're ready, back down. variations of these different things just to get class started and going through these variations to warm up. So for the sake of time, we're just gonna kind of rush through some things and go to the middle of class. So when you're ready, just sitting up. And if you can, we're gonna roll over onto our knees. You want to try to put even distribution of weight between your knees and your wrist, and you want to try to get to a flat back. So almost as if you were going to be at a dinner table and someone was going to eat off of your back. And your head is also a part of that. So it's still like that alignment laying on the floor because your head is a part of your spine. So from here, you're just going to take one leg and you're just going to stretch it back. You want to try to keep your back as straight as you can. You still want that weight to be evenly distributed between your knees and your wrists. And when you're ready, you want to bring it into your chest. Yep, so just lift it and bring it into your chest. There you go. And back out. Make sure you breathe. One more. Just bringing it in. And back out. And coming back to both knees. Really find that place where you're even. And to the next side, extending out. And bringing the knee into the chest. And back out. And into the chest. And back out. And bringing it back in where you got it from. And from here, you're just going to tuck both of your toes under. Yep. You're just going to push up. Yep. There you go. And pushing back. And this is called a downward dog. Yeah, you're doing it. And when you're ready, you're just going to walk your hands back to your feet. So bend your knees if you have to. That's very acceptable. Yep. And put your heels down. There you go. Find your balance. And we're rolling up. Letting your head be the last thing to come up. And you can take your arms up. And you can bring them down heart center. Yep, so like a prayer on that heart center. All right, so rushing things along, if we were going to, towards the end of class, we would do some variations with the floor, different levels, kind of in the middle of class. And kind of going towards the end of class, balance is important. So we work on balance a lot. So if you can step back to the edge of your mat. Sometimes we use blocks. You would take one leg and you push out. And sometimes we put a block up under there to raise it. And just stepping down. Yep. And bending over so you get a nice stretch here through the legs. Really releasing the head. Making sure you square off the hips. And coming back up. So find your balance here. Yep, coming back up. Letting your head be the last thing to come back up again. And from here, you're gonna push off your front leg and bring it back to your back leg. So it is a balancing act because you have to push up and bring back. Yep. All right, we're gonna try the other side. So we're pushing out. And you wanna place down. And now you're rolling down. Getting a nice stretch through the leg. Squaring the hips, dropping the head. And rolling up. And when you're ready, pushing off. but I will tell them, you just wrap and give yourself a big hug, take a moment, give yourself a positive affirmation, find something to be grateful for, and we release all of that positive energy to each other and into the atmosphere. And we'll move on to the next thing. Other things that we work on is just bending the legs and really finding that strength, because strength comes from the knees. So really just finding balance and that upward mobility in your body and in your arms. Yeah. And taking the arms out. So really trying to find what that placement looks like. And down. And back out. And up. And then class ends the same way it begins. So you can lay back down on your mat. This is called Savasana. When you get here, the point of it is to find stillness in the body. So to become one with yourself, with your mind and your body, and really trying to not think about anything. So releasing anything that you're worried about. It's really a moment to be selfish and to just concentrate on yourself and to concentrate on what your yoga practice means to you. So if there was a certain point in class you struggled with some things, if balance was hard for you, if going through class you really struggled with some arm stuff when we were working on, we were on our knees and wrists, and it was hard for you to really bear weight on your arms. If those things were challenging to you, or even just stretching was a challenge because you felt tight, throughout your body, it's an opportunity for you to take notice of your body and praise yourself for the things that you did well, and take inventory of those things that you possibly didn't do well, and set goals for what you want to do, and possibly the next class or the class after that. So in this moment, we just take time and we really just try to be still and really just enjoy ourselves, because it's a safe space. It's a great class, and it's an opportunity to just focus on you. Maybe today it was really fast and there was a lot of stuff going on. For as fast as thoughts may come, you just kind of let them go, not paying them any attention. Take inventory of your day. Did you accomplish everything you set out to? And if you didn't, it's okay. Congratulate yourself for the things that you did, and set a game plan for tomorrow. What will you execute first? Sometimes we have to be accepting of grace and realize that perfection may not be there, but grace is good, to grant yourself some grace. Take a moment and find something to be grateful for. It's sometimes things don't go our way, and that's okay. Sometimes there are things you wish you would have done differently. Take inventory of that as well. And with the remainder of the time, just really try to allow yourself to be at peace with yourself, loving you for who you are and what you are, and even the things that you're not. And when you're ready, just slowly start to wiggle your toes. Just bring some life back into the body. You can start to move your fingers. And if you like, you can roll to one side or the other. And when you're ready, you can slowly start to sit up. And this is normally how we end class, and we just say, Namaste.
Okay, so this is Mrs. Monica, the way she does her yoga class. And I'm gonna ask her to tell us how she started doing yoga and how long she's been doing it, and her being here at the Coleman Bush Building and her time.
Okay, so I started doing yoga about 3-4 years ago. Before this, I did used to dance, but I've had 3 different stomach surgeries, and it didn't allow me to go back to dance. And so this was recommended to me that possibly I should look into yoga as not just for healing, but an opportunity to get those same things that I was getting out of dance. Mm-hmm. And so I played around with the thought for a while, and then decided, okay, let me try it out and see how this works. And when I went to my first class, realized the benefits of it and kind of fell in love, and been doing yoga ever since. I got here at Coleman Bush because I grew up here. I used to take dance classes here, and as a young kid. And then as I got older, I started teaching dance classes here. And then I went off to college, and I came back for a little while, and I came back and taught classes here for a while, and then I left again. So when I came back, I was asked by the director if I was interested in teaching dance classes this time. And I told her I was a little bit more interested in teaching yoga. And she said, yoga, really? And I said, yes. And she said, well, we don't have yoga here. I think it would be a good idea for us to bring it here. I think it would be very beneficial to people. And I told her I agreed. And we went for it from there, and I've been here since.
What type dance were you doing?
I was teaching here.
Because you told me you were going to Harrison.
Yes.
So is there different types of dancing, and were you in a certain type, or you were just learning them all?
So Harrison, we did ballet, modern, and jazz as students there when I was in high school. And then when I left Harrison, when I graduated from Harrison, I went to Bethune-Cookman University where I danced. So, which was a completely different style. Not in a sense, it was. It was more concert style. We traveled a lot. It was amazing. Had a lot of fun. So it was different. It was still very demanding, but very different from Harrison.
Is that what you were planning on doing as for your career, or what is your career? What are you majoring in?
So in my master's program currently, I'm studying mental health therapy, and I want to be the aim is to be a yoga therapist. Is where I'm trying to go with this. I definitely think that they're obviously working at the sheriff's office. Before I started working up in identification, I worked in the jail for 3 years. And there are a lot of people who have a lot of issues and no one to talk to, or then they don't even begin to know how to deal with them. And sometimes you don't have the words to say, and sometimes you're tired of talking.
I can imagine.
And so I want to be able to offer people a different kind of therapy, not just you come to my office and sit down and talk. Sometimes when you don't have words, we have movement. You have music. And they're all forms of therapy as well. It's very therapeutic to be in a room with people who are moving like you and not necessarily having to say anything. So this is the goal and where I'm going with it. Also integrating some other things into it as well, but the main focus is integrating yoga into counseling.
Well, I'm really glad that yoga is being brought to Polk County for Blacks, which I hate to say, but it's true, because I have been interested in doing yoga before, and I Googled it or looked for classes before we had the internet, and there was not even yoga period for nobody, so that's a good thing that it's coming to Polk County and that more Blacks are participating, because I went to an event about 2 months ago where they were doing yoga also, and they had health food there. But it's good, like I tell everybody else that I've interviewed, that you all as the younger generation, people are saying that you all are not doing anything, but you really are. And I'm glad to see you all moving on and letting us participate.
So, yoga doesn't have an age, and I don't think good company does either. I think if you're a good person with a good heart and a good spirit, people feel that and they vibe off of that, and the African American community in some parts of the US is behind when it comes to yoga. There are some places that are very current and up to it. There's a such thing as hip hop yoga, trap yoga. There's completely different forms of yoga, right? It's not just, there are people who are taking yoga to the next level and not just the traditional.
Okay.
We have to listen to, you know, soft meditation music or meditating music. You know, they are definitely doing it to where it fits into the culture, you know, but still keeping the poses and definitely the techniques of it. And it is something that interests me, but you also have to take into consideration where you are, and you want it to be for everybody, right? So we have to first get past the stigmas of it. A lot of people don't understand the benefits of yoga or what yoga really is. I come into contact with people all the time who seem to think that yoga is a religion that is attached to Buddha.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, no.
Well, I don't know, because I remember back in the day, it did seem to be attached to Buddha. So, but we are really not an active people, so we wasn't really looking into it to see what it really was.
Now, when you study yoga and the history of it, yes, its origin is India, okay? And their main religion over there, okay, it is what it is, but it doesn't mean that it would be like saying that, you know, lyrical dance is just for Christians, and that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the case. Lyrical dance has a base in modern dance technique. So it's the same thing. These poses, yes, there's a base in teaching you how to breathe correctly. You definitely have to move through certain poses and the transitions correctly so you don't hurt yourself. And how they help with, you know, with your spine and all of those different things. So there can be a spiritual element to it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be connected to one religion or the other.
Okay.
So
That's good to know, and I guess if a person will take the time to follow up on it, and you really kind of have to be an active person in society itself too, because a lot of people don't care to do any kind of exercise or movements or whatever. So like you said, it depends on the person. So can you tell everyone where you're teaching this at, the time, how many times a week you offer it, and then that'll be the end of the interview.
Yes, ma'am. So I'm here on Thursdays at the Coleman Building in Lakeland off of Martin Luther King and Memorial from 5:30 to 6:30. That's the only day I'm teaching right now because I am in grad school and I'm at the end with my internship. So after that, I will be offering it more days and more times, but right now I'm just kind of limited to that. This summer, though, we always do a cultural arts camp. It's in June, and I am here 2 days then on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 7. And we offer yoga for kids then as well, and we had great success with that last year. I think we had almost 80 kids last year, and we had to split it up in like 3 different sessions because of it. So please do research. You know, if it's not for you, that's okay too, but if you really want to, you know, would like to try it and are interested, please reach out to me on Facebook or inbox me. I'll answer any questions that I can, or I can even give you some resources for you to do some research if you like.
And again, this is Miss Monica Berry, and as I have said, I'm going to be interviewing people throughout the community, the people that's doing different things and things that are offered in our neighborhood. We just not aware of it. So as we end this interview, we will put other information here so you can contact Mrs. Berry, and if you're interested, as she said. So thank you.
Thank you.